Hello my lovelies! So today we are going to do a style inspired by Mad Men. I would love to be able to do more Mad Men styles. However, thus far on the show, we just now this season hit 1968. The hair has not been very long. Therefore, it doesn't really give me a lot to work with because I have way too much hair for most of the styles on the show. However, as we are now in the late 60s, hair has gotten longer. Last year I was actually able to replicate one of Jane Sterling's hairdos. Awesome. It's one of my favorite recreations to date that I've ever attempted because I think I flippin' nailed it. Haha. So anywho, this is from the first episode. It is the funeral scene where, I guess, spoiler, if you're not caught up, Roger's mother died. But this is his daughter, Margaret. And it was really, really pretty. And mine does not look exactly the same, but it is inspired by that. And I think it is awesome. So let's do that. Since my hair is still, you know, like 2 feet too long, we're going to have to eat up length. I experimented. And everything was coming out a little too large, but I finally figured out how to compact it. So what we're going to do, if you have hair like mine, is start with a ponytail. And we are going to do the beginnings of a vortex bun to eat up some of this length. Let's do 3 strands. Most of you know, to eat up length, I will usually either start with a pretzel bun or a knot bun or something, you know, a quick and easy way to get our length out of the way. However, by the by, you're going to need a ton of pins. All of those buns were too voluminous. And I kept getting really, really big hair because our underneath style was really big. Okay, so a vortex bun, if you don't know how to do it, I will put a link in the underbar. That one's done with rope braids, but you don't actually have to start with any sort of braids at all. You separate your hair into as many strands as you would like. Like I said, I'm going to do 3. And then you start making buns. It's only 1 bun, but to make it nice and flat, you do a strand at a time. Here's our second strand. And we'll pin, and then we'll do our 3rd strand and pin, like so. We do it this way so it stays flat and close to our head, and this way we will be able, where's our first strand, to eat up length without resorting to a giant bun, because I didn't really want this style to be humongous. So we've got that. Next one. And one more. And then we can start making the whole big bun. Or I guess our finished style, as you say, pin to here. Like I said, as you see, this now gives us a much more reasonable length to work with. Because we just simply had way too much hair. I'm just going to check and make sure that I'm not too... No, we're good. Okay, as you can see, it is much flatter. Usually it was like sticking out way too much. But this gives us much flatter thing to work with to begin. The rest of this is actually pretty simple. We're gonna make loops. That's it, just some loops, and we're gonna pin it. Decent sized loops. You don't want it to be too super giant, but wait, here we go. Here's a loop, and we'll pin. And then you can do your loops over other loops. That's kind of the deal with this style. They ended up looking kind of like interwoven loopy goodness, so that's sort of what we're going for. We can tuck that end. Next, you do want to try and make sure that all of your sections are, you know, fairly uniform. I know I'm looking at it, looks like my head's getting cut off. Hold on, guys. Better. Silly camera. But yeah, so yeah, basically we are just making loops and then pinning loops. Let's see. That looks good. Looping and pinning. And pin right into your bun underneath. You want to pin right into this. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to pin my loops down, all of this, and then I'll come back and show you how we finish it off. Alrighty guys, back in a sec. We're back. As you can see, we've got our loops pinned. When doing your loops, for the first part, like each strand, the first part of the loop, you probably want to go with a bigger pin, but when you get to the smaller loops like this, you can go for a smaller pin because there's less hair. You guys saw I had a whole bunch in the front. All you have to do is pull them back through your first couple of loops and then do your loopage in the back. It's really kind of experimental, as in where do you want it to go. I do recommend after each loop to get your mirror and look just to double check and see if it's where you want it to be. It makes it a lot easier. Alright, and to finish up this style, we are going to add something pretty. In the show, she had like a flowered headband, which I don't have. So I decided, please stay bangs, I braided some pearls. Pardon me a sec. This is actually a very long strand of pearls that I tripled, which is why we have a loop and loose on this side, but then I've just braided it. Rather than cut it, I thought it would, that way you get more use out of it. So we're just gonna pull it up and around, and I'm gonna pin the sides. You hold it there. Awesome. I'm gonna use these, at least on this side. Get through that way you can go through the loops, and it should hold. Very nice. And the other side. Same thing. This way I can go through loops. Ooh, and there's a pin right there. There we go. Just tuck those little tendrils in, maybe. Tuck, please. Pretty please. There we go. Ah, pretty. Yes? Yes, pretty? Let me make sure my band looks decent. Decent. Alrighty. Very nice. Very bridal. Or prom, I guess. Should we add anything else? Well, you know, I do have these little flowers. We can just add them to the band so we kind of sort of get a flowered headband. Hey guys, right? There we go. So, yeah, there is our Mad Men style for today. This is our Margaret Sterling funeral updo. Not very funereal today, of course, and I think it would make a super cute updo for, you know, wedding, prom, formal occasion, or like me, going to Walmart. You know, I never have any place fun to go. So, alrighty guys, I hope you like this one, and I hope you try it and send me pictures. So many of you are now following me on Twitter, and you send me your Instagrams, which is awesome. It's like instant gratification. I love it. Shout out to Christy. She just did the Melisandre, and it looked awesome. She also had great bow deployment. Yes. So, any hoodles, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next week with something new. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.